Member for Barker.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Mr Speaker, my question is to the Treasurer. Will the Treasurer remind the House how the Morrison government's strong record of initiatives, including cutting taxes, is helping families and businesses to recover from the COVID-19 crisis, particularly in my electorate of Barker? And Treasurer, are you aware of any alternative policies?
The Treasurer.
Well, thank you, Mr Speaker, and I thank the member for Barker for his question and acknowledge his experience as a lawyer and as a councillor before coming to this place. Now, Mr Speaker, the member for Barker, like all those on this side of the House, understands that the Australian economy has been hit by a once-in-a-century pandemic, and it's been hit hard, and many people have either lost their jobs or seen their working hours reduced to zero. As a response of the measures that we have put in place, like JobKeeper, like JobSeeker, like the cash flow boost, like the $750 payments to millions of pensioners, carers, veterans and others on income support, we have helped save 700,000 jobs. And now the economic recovery is underway, Mr Speaker. 446,000 jobs have been created in the last 4 months alone, Mr Speaker. Consumer confidence is now up 7 weeks in a row, having recovered 95% off its lows, Mr Speaker, early on in the pandemic. Consumer sentiment was up 11.9% last week, the single largest increase in a budget month since the series first began in 1974, Mr Speaker. And this week, Australia's AAA credit rating was again reaffirmed, Mr Speaker. Now, as a result of this economic recovery underway, I was able to go and see it firsthand in the members' electorate in Barker, where I went to Murray Bridge and I went to Kookaburra Homes, Mr Speaker, and I met Steve and his other staff, including apprentices working on cabinet making, Mr Speaker. And that business employs more than 40 people, but indirectly supports hundreds of jobs through the supply chain. And he told us firsthand, Steve, how the Home Builder program had seen a massive jump in sales, Mr Speaker, helping, in his words, to secure his business into the future. This is the economic recovery that is now underway. Now, Mr Speaker, in the budget we had a number of new initiatives to support businesses and families right across the country, like Steve's Kookaburra Homes. And these included the Instant Asset Write-Off, which was expanded, Mr Speaker, to allow our equipment, machinery to be written off all in year one, Mr Speaker, the loss carryback measure, and of course the income tax cuts for more than 11.5 million Australians, Mr Speaker. Now, we know that only one side of this House supports lower taxes for Australians. Those opposite don't, because the member for McMahon took $387 billion of higher taxes to the last election. Higher taxes on your income, higher taxes on your savings, Mr Speaker, higher taxes on your investments. Mr Speaker, only those on this side of the House stand for lower taxes and leaving more money in Australians' pockets.